Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, Penrite Oil, Hare and Forbes Machinery House, and Kloss Custom Trucks.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Classic Restos. Thanks for the continued support from Shannons Insurance, Penrite Oil and Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Shannons offer us as enthusiasts just so much more. Classic bikes, cars, trucks. Bundle it all together with your house and contents and receive a multi-policy discount. Call Shannons on 134646 for a quote. Sign up for the Shannons Club. Interact with others. List your car club. Find events and so much more. The Shannons Club truly is your garage at shannons.com.au. For oil, coolants and additives, choose Penrite. They have stood the test of time. Established 1926. Australian owned, Australian made. Oil with more zinc for older style engines. No matter what the engine, no matter what the application. Contact the Penrite Technical Assistance Team 7 days a week at penriteoil.com.au. Oil right, use Penrite, simply a better class of oil. For some of the largest range of tools for all trades and DIYs, don't go past Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Established 1930, with branches around Australia and New Zealand. Their showrooms will have you browsing for hours, and no matter where you are, you can buy online at machineryhouse.com.au. From a garage jack through to a lathe, Hare and Forbes has the range. machineryhouse.com.au. Kloss Custom Trucks manufacture their own stainless accessories and hand build your new or classic truck to suit your needs. Kloss Custom Trucks are building some of Australia's coolest trucks, setting a world standard in truck modifications. Check them out at klosscustomtrucks.com, where class is a cool truck. The cars are rolling in behind me, and today's show is a very special one, and certainly a Fletch favourite for an incredible cause. Welcome to the Isabella and Marcus Foundation event. In 2014, over 500 vehicles turned up, helping to raise money for a despicable disease that can affect newborn children through to an early age. The money is required for research as no federal funding is available. Isabella and Marcus lost their lives to a little-known brain tumour. This dreaded tumour is more frequent between ages 5 to 9. There is no cure, and most children die within 1 year of diagnosis. Research is limited. The mission is to fund ongoing research. The vision is to establish research laboratories in Australia that will seek to understand the cause of the tumour and hence develop treatments for testing in clinical trials. If you'd like to make a donation to the cause, by all means visit the website www.isabellaandmarcusfund.org.au. Your support will be greatly appreciated. Moving through this incredible event, the Isabella and Marcus Foundation Fund for 2015. Carmen, welcome to today's show.
Thanks, Fletch. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming along.
No, thank you. I've supported this event for the last 3 years, so yeah, and today looks like it's going to be a ripper.
You've got this gorgeous Chev Bel Air. What a beautiful, beautiful car. Tell us quickly the deal, where you got it from and what it means to you.
Look, I'd been searching, I bought it from the US. I'd been searching for 2 years. I knew exactly what I wanted. It had to be a 53, and they're dime a dozen over there, but here there's hardly any. And after a 2-year search, I knew about this car. It was a decent car over there. It had been in Lowrider magazine back in 2010. And so 2 years ago I was lucky enough with the Australian dollar at $1.06 to import it using a local firm. 21 days later it was in the country.
How could you not like a car like this? Back in the days where they used to put embellishments on their cars, they put ornaments on their cars. It's like, hey, we're building the Bel Air, look at our model this year. And that's how proud they were as manufacturers, weren't they?
Oh yeah, it was a classic in its day. This car's basically got every extra that was possible out of the factory. Everything. I think there's I've counted an additional 32 extras.
What's the colour?
Original Chevy colour, sun gold yellow.
Beautiful. The interior, standard from the time as well. I mean,
Obviously not a high mileage car.
No, definitely not. I know the full history going back about 25 years, but certainly in America they look after what they call their Chevy bombs, and definitely there's a movement over there for pre-54 Chevs, and they certainly look after them.
What powers it up front?
It's a straight six-cylinder 235. You'll have a look after, and yeah, certainly it's all original underneath, original Fenton extractors. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's the sort of car that, well, you know what, I don't care if it's a 6, I don't care if it's a V8, you're buying it for what it is, and it's about going down the road and just doing your 25, 30, 35 miles an hour and just let the rest of the world go by with you, nice and slowly, taking it all in this classic girl.
Definitely, Fletch. It creeps up to 60. When it warms up, it sits on 60 mile, and that's about it, yeah. But it's beautiful.
Carmen, wonderful talking to you again on the behalf. Thank you for turning up here today and bringing this immaculate car. It's absolutely gorgeous, mate. Love it.
Thank you, Fletch. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Moving through with John now. How cool is your shirt? Still plays with blocks. I love that.
Yeah, well, you know, we're all big kids, aren't we?
We absolutely are, especially in this case here. You've got a 428 big block and this gorgeous 1966 Thunderbird. When it comes to rocket-inspired cars, I don't think anyone did it better than Thunderbird.
No, this is a great car. I enjoy driving it. We get together, me and my friends, and we enjoy the day and meet guys like yourself, Fletch, and it's great.
I love the contrasting colours here. We've got the green on the outside, the beige or the tan on the inside. What's the colour of the what's the green?
Ivory green, parchment interior.
How cool's that? Ivory green, parchment interior. Man that knows his colours. I've always, banged on about the stainless and the chrome trim around the vinyl and around the leatherwork and the interiors on these cars. They're angled dashboards that are just so windswept and chromed. I mean, they're just amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, it is an amazing car, and electrics. It's got electric windows, electric vents. It's all pneumatic with the door locks and the boot release. It's got everything.
And I mean, by 1966, I mean, the Americans were well on their way with all this sort of stuff. I mean, this was not, well, it was almost becoming old hat. It had been around for years.
It has been around for years. I enjoy putting the 8-track cassettes. It's sort of the first car with the 8-track cassette. It's still working. Yeah, it's a nice car. I enjoy it.
Now, with the 428 up front, John, what transmission do you get? Do you get an FMX or?
C6, and it's got the 9-inch diff.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, that's almost a, virtually unbustable driveline. There's no doubt about the hamburger with the lot. How does it perform with the 428? Nice and lazy?
Yeah, she's lazy, but she's got the torque to take off the line, which is all you really need, you know, and it's a cruiser. Hey? We enjoy it. It sounds okay, and it's a nice car for its age, yeah.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with this Thunderbird. It's absolutely beautiful. Thanks for coming along, everybody here is so special. You're watching the show and you probably like to be here, and don't worry if you can't be. It's on again next year, but the people that have turned up, it's just a wonderful effort, mate, and you keep on playing with your blocks, John, all right?
Certainly will, mate. I'm a big kid, hey, Fletch?
You are.
Thanks, mate.
And that's why we're here today, to try and help the kids in need of the terrible disease that we're trying to raise funds for. So thanks again, John.
Thanks again, Fletch. I appreciate your time, mate. Well done.
You're watching the 2015 Isabella and Marcus Foundation Fund event exclusive to Classic Restos. Back with more after this.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannons Home and Contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannons.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
If you need a new piece of equipment for your workshop, you need Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Hare and Forbes Machinery House have showrooms around Australia and New Zealand that will have you browsing for hours. See the largest range of industrial and workshop DIY tools. You will be greeted by friendly, helpful staff, and you can buy from anywhere online at machineryhouse.com.au. Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Find your closest store at machineryhouse.com.au.
Penrite, Australian-made, family-owned and operated. Make premium quality engine and racing oils, warranty-approved coolants, automatic transmission and manual gear oils, a complete range of engine and fuel additives, heavy-duty and industrial products, for every application. Visit penriteoil.com for more information. Penrite, Australian made for Australian conditions since 1926.
Okay, time for Rob with a beautiful 66 Chev. How are you, Rob?
Good, thanks, Fletch.
That's right. Now, before we go any further, you're not real well. Do you want to share with us what's happening with your life?
I have a brain cancer and inoperable at this present time. It's still growing at the moment, but every day's a bonus. You get up in the morning and you put one foot in front of the other and you just go with the flow.
You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I guess the 66 Chev plays a big part in keeping it going for you.
Yes, and I have vision impaired now because of what happened, but I still wax on and wax off every day. And that's why it's as clean as it is. I've got nothing else to do, so...
You know, this is just incredible inspiration. You're a wonderful fella. I mean, I love your car. I mean, it's obviously, as I just mentioned, the therapy and the enjoyment that you must get out of this car.
I do, very much so. And my wife, she hand stripped it all by hand. We couldn't afford to...
She hand stripped the car too, right?
Yes. It's all a bonus.
You still got that sense of humour, mate.
You got to have a sense of humour, otherwise you mellow in things, and you don't need to. You just look forward for coming to these car shows, and at least I can see things and enough to appreciate everybody else's cars as well.
Your lovely wife too. She's behind you every step of the way as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Rob. Well, look, you take care, mate, and thanks for being on today's show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's okay. You're more than welcome. Turning up here to the Isabella and Marcus Foundation Fund too, which is it's an incredible cause, isn't it?
Yes, we've been helping this cause for a little while.
Yeah.
And I think it's well worth the cause.
You've got your own dramas, but you're here helping the kids.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's always someone worse than yourself, and I think this is where these car shows and that are really good for everybody.
They are.
Really.
They are. Good on you, mate. You take care. Thanks
for talking to me.
That's right, Rob. My hat comes off to every car show event promoter. In most cases, a car show happens and proceeds are always off to fantastic causes. But there's not many where the actual event organiser has actually lost her child herself. And this is what the Isabella and Marcus Foundation Fund is all about. With me here, we have Daniela, and here we have Kevin Hooper from the FXHZ Holden Car Club of Geelong. Now, on last week's show, we featured your event, and it's not also very often that you have one car club supporting another car club with a donation. Now, before we go any further, are you happy with the day so far, Daniela?
We are thrilled. We've it's 11:30 and we're up to 470 plus cars, so it's fantastic. Great turnout.
I don't know what you're going to do, but this event is not getting any smaller. The amount of support is tremendous. You're only still scratching the surface. You guys have got a long way to go, right?
We do. We've got a long way to go. The funding's going really, really well. We've established 4 research labs in Melbourne, researching brain tumours in children. So it's come a long way in the 5 years of the car show, that's for sure.
You are an amazing person. As I alluded to earlier in the show, organising an event is one thing, but having that loss in your life on top of that. And that's where thousands of people, well, many hundreds, have got so much respect for yourself and Kush as well. Kevin Hooper, ex-president of the Geelong Holden Car Club. Mate, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, Flex, it's my absolute honour to represent the club, to come down and make a cash donation to the Isabella and Marcus Brainstem Tumour Fund on behalf of the Geelong FXHZ Holden Car Club. And we got just a small donation on behalf of us to present you.
Now keep in mind as well, last year the Geelong Holden Car Club donated some money, and they're doing it again this year, but they've doubled the amount.
We'd like to donate $2,000 to your fund, and hopefully that will go a long way to aiding your research to find a cure to this horrible disease.
I'm not normally speechless, but I am. Thank you.
All the best.
That's very kind of you. That's extremely overwhelming, and it's very, very kind of everyone down at your club. That's very generous. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Good luck with this big check.
Thank you. I love it.
Okay.
It just goes to show the strength of our car club fraternities. And it's times like this where you really, really appreciate how strong they are. Kevin, on behalf of everybody, mate, and you at home watching and thousands of us, your car club is awesome. Thank you so much. And Daniela, congratulations on that.
That's incredible, really incredible. Thank you very much.
If you love your classic American iron, well, perhaps you should consider a Fletch tour. Have a look at this.
You deserve a Fletch tour. See the amazing Ford, GM and Chrysler Nationals at Carlisle events, along with museums and private collections in beautiful Pennsylvania, USA. Then it's the Motown city of Detroit and its region, taking in more die-hard stuff with incredible history. Rounding off with the Woodward Dream Cruise, the largest moving car cruise in the world.
It just makes it so much easier on yourself when Fletch picks you up, drives you around.
Laughs, lots of laughs.
More than what I expected.
I'm definitely coming back again.
Go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours icon for more information. Hope you're enjoying today's show. Back with more after this.
I spend a lot of time out here. The RT Charger's the real deal. An E49. Remember A-Charger? I've always got projects on the go, so Shannon's laid-up cover helps protect my restorations. I'm Mopar through and through. It's a passion Shannon's understands. I wouldn't insure my cars and bikes with anyone else.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
If you need a new piece of equipment for your workshop, you need Hare and Forbes Machinery House. From a garage jack through to a lathe, Hare and Forbes has the range. And Hare and Forbes Machinery House are Australian owned, established since 1930. You will be greeted by friendly, helpful staff, and you can buy from anywhere online at machineryhouse.com.au. Hare and Forbes Machinery House. Find your closest store at machineryhouse.com.au.
She could do with a bit extra. You'll need a bit extra doing this or this. They could all do with a bit extra. And you'll definitely need a bit extra here. Our engines need the extra protection you get with Penrite's range of premium oils and lubricants engineered right here for every application under the harsh Australian sun. Penrite, a better class of oil used by a better class of mechanic. And available from over 5,000 outlets across Australia.
Moving through, time for a bike on the Isabella and Marcus Fund TV episode for this week. We have Nobby. How are you, Nobby?
Fine, thank you, Fletch.
That is good. Now, you said some very nice things to me. Would you like to share that with the people watching?
Yeah, I really appreciated your TV show because your TV show very inspired me. For instance, the section of the how to treat the exhaust pipes. Then I chose the ceramic coating instead of chrome plating. Yes. It's great.
Yes, and that was a segment done quite a while ago where I ran through the ceramic coating process. And this guy here, well, you know, it's nice to know there's one guy on the planet that's taken notice of Fletch.
Yep.
Now, you have done a beautiful job here on this Honda bike. Yep. 1975, 4-cylinder. This is beautiful. Nobby, give us a quick run through on what you've done.
When I bought it, it was so yucky and duggy, so I had to have a total restoration. So, including every bolts and nuts, cleaned, plated, so everything, everything. Everything.
How cool is this guy? I mean, he comes up, he knocks me over with compliments. He's got a beautiful bike, and as I said, it really is. How long have you been riding for, Nobby?
Because the first Restos was finished 2 years ago. But I realized the Australian summer was very hot and it's not good for air-cooled engine. So I put the oil cooler on, slightly alteration happened. So recently, second stage was done this January.
Yeah. You're a very clever man too, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. You can call me like that. Made in Japan.
I have so much respect for you. You are awesome. Speaking of that, how long have you been in Australia?
18 years. I came here as a student, so I went to uni. Then I finished uni. I've got the opportunity to become a teacher. So I'm teaching language. Yeah, Japanese.
On behalf of all Australians, Welcome, Nobby.
Yep. Thanks a lot. Yeah, 18 years of Australian life.
Of Australian life, yeah, eating fish and chips and hamburgers.
I love it. I love it. Roast. Yeah,
A roast is good. What other Australian food do you like?
I'm not so keen on Vegemite, but still I like the lots of Parmigiana. Yeah, I love it.
Do you like a drink of beer?
Yeah, of course. Beer. Oh, yeah, Crownies, VB. Yeah.
You are an Aussie, aren't you?
Yeah, yes.
Now, when you were a little kid in Japan, what was it like growing up? Did you ride motorcycle then?
No, I was too young to buy and ride on motorcycle. So my parents said, no. Even my father was working for Honda. No. So I totally forgot to ride on motorcycle in Japan. But when I started living here, I found my old admiration, my old love. Yeah, Honda 404.
Nobby, you're amazing. Look, I just want to thank you so much for coming up.
I have to thank you to come down here. So this is Chelsea. Then I'm living around the corner. I'm a Chelsea resident.
Well, I could come around there for some Japanese food.
Yes, anytime. You can drop by my place. Yes, yeah.
You're awesome. Thank you, Nobby.
Thank you, Fletch. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Absolute gentleman.
Yeah. My pleasure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It's time for Steve. How are you, Steve?
Good, thanks, Fletch. How are you?
Good, mate, good. Time now for an Australian-built Ford on today's very special episode. A 1971 XY Fairmont. What a beautiful car this is, mate.
Thank you very much.
Wow, how stylish is it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's all original. Factory throw to Windsor, black trim, electric tailgate. Yeah, love it.
Gee, mate, 1971 would have been right at the end of the Windsors too.
Yep. Sure was.
It was the transition period where you could have got your XY and it turned up with a Clevo in it.
Yes, that's correct, yeah, no. She's a beautiful car, I love it.
Steve, where does it go back with you? What can you tell us about it?
I've had it for about 18 years now. I bought it off a bloke who, it was his grandfather's car. And yeah, one owner, full service history. It's all original, yeah, it's good.
I can tell that because you've had this car for 18 years, it's always going to stay with you. I've got a feeling that you're not going to sell it, right?
No way, buddy. She'll stay with me forever.
Good.
Hopefully the kids will take it on when I'm finished with it.
Absolutely.
Be pretty cool, yeah.
Look, there's no two ways about it, you know. It falls back into the category, I guess, of the car many years ago where you'd see it driving along and just look the other way.
Yeah.
But look how good they look today, especially this one here, being a Fairmont, bit of extra trim level, of course the V8 and that burgundy colour, mate, that's beautiful.
Yeah, she's pretty special. She's got everything going for it.
The Venetian in the back too, love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing I've added to it, I've changed the mirrors and the fuel cap and the Venetian, so yeah.
Steve, the interior, original?
Yeah, all original. The only thing I've changed is the radio. I'm actually going to convert it back. I'm going to put the original radio back in it, and hopefully put the CD player maybe in the glove box. Yeah. So
you haven't been breaking wind. There's no splits in the seats.
No, it's all pretty good. Yeah.
It's in great condition.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you.
Look, thanks for hanging around. I actually caught this guy on the way out. He saw me, and I think he was skidding in the gravel to get away from me. But thanks for hanging around, being on the show.
Thank you very much, Fletch.
That's right, Steve.
Ta-da. Thank you very much.
Look after this XY wagon, a Fairmont. They are rare on the planet, mate. Well done.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Fletch.
With me now, I have the absolute pleasure to have Daniela, the event organiser of Isabella and Marcus Fund for 2015. How are you going?
Very well, thank you, Fletch. It's fantastic. The sun's shining and we have 480 plus cars here and it's fabulous turnout. Really thrilled.
Each year, I've never known an event that keeps on having to find a different paddock each year because you're just growing so well.
It's very exciting. Well, from the first year, this is our 5th year. The first year we rang you, invited you to come down. We had 17 cars at our showroom, and then each year it just grew and grew, and it's been wonderful. And we appreciate you coming every year, and it's very important to us as you're an ambassador for the charity, which we're very honoured that you accepted on behalf of the Classic Car Clubs of Victoria and Australia, I should say, or internationally. And the car clubs have been wonderful supporting us in this charity event, most especially Garage Inc. as well, who this year for the first time held their own car day, and all the money was donated to the Isabella and Marcus Fund. So that's very overwhelming when car clubs...
Because at the end of the day, Daniela, you're not a car club as such, are you?
No, we are not. We are a charity, the Isabella and Marcus Fund, and this Classic Car Day is one of our charity events, one of our fundraising events. And it's just grown and grown, and we can only be thankful to the car owners, the car community, classic car enthusiasts, and also the community that are here today supporting the event. It's incredible, really incredible.
That's awesome. Oh, well, I guess we can't say much more, really, because, look, the proof's in the pudding, the support's rolling in, and that is just wonderful. You might want to mention the website so we can put that down the bottom of the screen.
Yes, it's isabellaandmarcusfund.org.au. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah. Of course you will.
That's if you'll have me.
We'll have you back, definitely.
Thanks, Daniela.
Thanks, Fletch.
With me now I have a very special man. We have Dr. Peter Downey. How are you, Peter?
Yeah, good, thanks, Fletch.
Thank you for coming along today. Can you just bring us up to date? You were the doctor for both Isabella and Marcus, correct?
That's right, I was, yep.
Could you just run us through a little bit of the scenario and actually how bad this disease is and how progress is moving forward?
This is an incurable disease, unfortunately. This is a brain tumour that occurs in a very vital part of the brain that controls things like breathing, blood pressure, heart rate, and there's not a lot of space in there, so that by the time these children present, they're not able to have surgery, and there's no known chemotherapy or really effective radiation for these children once they actually come to us. And the median survival is only about 9 months from diagnosis. And unlike other cancers where there's lots of different genetic abnormalities, this seems to have only one. That means that if we can figure out what that does, then that's the target that we can aim for. So, you know, I'm actually... Maybe it won't happen in my practicing lifetime, you know, maybe in the next 10 years we'll see a real serious breakthrough, but I'm very optimistic that we're actually on the right path with this. But we can't do it unless we actually have the support of all of the people that are here today. Yep.
Peter, on behalf of everybody, to all doctors and surgeons, people that are working on this terrible thing, look, we take our hats off to you. We have so much respect for what you do, and just all I can say is just keep up the fantastic work effort that you're doing.
Thanks very much, Fletch. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and believe me, we're doing our very best to make this happen.
Yeah. Good for you, mate. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of Classic Restos, the Isabella and Marcus Foundation event. The website details are across the bottom of the screen right now if you'd like to make a donation. In the meantime, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, contact information on joining us on a Fletch tour, and of course the major sponsors as well. As I say at the end of every show, until next week, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching.
You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, Penrite Oil, Hare and Forbes Machinery House, and Kloss Custom Trucks.